should we come together, we can do. And I'll also be talking about Shatta Wale, who is the highest paid artist in Ghana from GAMRO because of his huge catalog, getting the highest amount of money paid to every musician in Ghana. And I wish that as an industry, we all come forward to discuss some of them. This is what I want to do in this editorial here on Samiflex TV. So I welcome you on this journey. That is the GAMRO journey. And I say that it is just a mindset. Personally, I'm not a fan of even discussing GAMRO. I'm not a fan of discussing GAMRO. I think for some time in my career as a broadcaster, and even as whilst I was doing the newspaper editing and newspaper publication, I was not a fan of GAMRO because I always feel that their activities, their operations are always full of issues here and there. Therefore, I have not taken keen interest in some of the things they do. But unfortunately, after today's visit, going down to sit with Rexoma, who is the chairman of GAMRO, and the chief administrator, that is Abraham Jete or Jate, something like that, and talking to them for some minutes, calling Shatta Wale on phone for us to have a four-way call because Shatta was loud on the phone and we were in the office, so I'll call it a four-way call. I think that as an industry, maybe we need to understand some things about their operations and come to terms with how they are doing. We all come together to put our energies together to help them achieve, because when they achieve, obviously everybody's also going to achieve. So let me take you through some of the things I got, some of the information I got from there. And I'm saying thanks to my production team, Digital Rasta, who is also called Currency, who is doing camera, which reflects editor, director of the show, and you for always spending quality time here with us. Thanks for your comments, thanks for your subscription to our channel, and thanks for loving everything we do here on Samiflex TV. We appreciate you, just so you know. Now, let's move on to do business. So while I was there, I got to understand that as an organization, they don't have the support of even their members. Rather, it has been infighting. I know GAMRO has so many problems. I know. In fact, while I was there, I was even told that some reputable, some major, some huge media houses in Ghana, this year that they are even paying artist royalties, some of them have not even paid a dime to them. Huge media houses. I'll spare their names. Maybe they'll find their own way to push these names out. But these are reputable media houses. You know them. Like you watching me, you know these media houses I'm talking about. It is not those people who are having just one station and one television station or radio station. I'm talking about those who have groups. About 5 radio stations, 2, 3 and more TV. Those groups, mention them, you know them. You know them. They are just by the roadsides where we run around town. You know them. All these people, this year, they have not even paid a dime to GAMRO to be paid to musicians as royalties. And I sit here and ask myself that, why are we fighting GAMRO as an organization with all our strength in the media platforms or doing radio programs, TV stations, but those who are supposed to pay, so they will use the money to pay you, you've left them. You've left them. It's like you working somewhere. People come by, they take your materials, resources, they owe you. They go and use to do their things. They don't come to pay the company. But you are always on the company boss that the company boss is not paying you. How do you expect a company boss to pay you when those who you know have taken your resources, your raw materials that they are supposed to pay so the company can use it to pay you, they are not paying. You've left them, and rather you are paying attention to these guys. When I got that information, I said, oh, then it means musicians, maybe someone is not speaking well to them. Maybe the approach in getting these people to back them is not right. I was thinking about it. Because how many artists know this? How many musicians in Ghana know this? How many of them know that indeed these media houses who are supposed to pay, because now there's nothing like blank levy and all those things. Those things are past, especially when people were paying for bringing in cassettes and pen drives. Those things are no more. So now what is really supposed to be paid will be royalties from copyright usage by those who are using them, like the Spinners Association, radio stations, the tourism entities like the hotels, the beer bars, those people. Now that is the kind of money that they have to take. Those who are using monies for commercials and all that, those are the kind of monies that they have to be taken. So they will always be sharing with right owners. But unfortunately, those people are not paying. And musicians don't see any problem with that. Musicians are not joining forces with the executives and the managers of GAMRO to say that, why are you this media house? You are doing programs on radio and TV. You have numbers. You have advertisements on them. You have sponsors, huge sponsorship. You are making all the money. So why are you not paying us? Why are these musicians not coming together to fight such a cause? But rather, we would want to fight GAMRO for something that they are not doing wrong. When I was told all these things, I felt sorry in a way, because I felt like, then maybe some musicians have not been fair to the GAMRO guys. But I asked myself again, how are they also communicating this to the musicians? How are they doing it? Like today, they spoke with Shatta Wale on the phone. Told him that, Shatta, the problem is this. Most of them even think that they want to retire from the office. Most of them they want to retire from the office. And even as they are retiring or they want to retire, they don't even know who next would have that experience and knowledge to come and do what they are doing there. They don't know. So imagine they leave the office. It means the office is going to be occupied by inexperienced people who don't have enough experience to do their work. And that's the stance now. I feel that if musicians don't come together to look for some of these things, it will not be right. I also got another information, and I feel like I want to say. You see, those times when GAMRO was doing their sharing of money, or distribution of money, they were sharing based on those who had albums and those who had this and that. Because at that time, those people were bringing in all then empty cassettes and pen drive. Like the businesses were about them. But now, it is not more about them exclusively like that, or hugely or largely like that. Now it's about who is getting airplay. It's about whose song is being played. When you go to the parties, when you go to the gatherings, when you're on radio and on TV, who are those whose songs are being played, those whose videos are being played? Obviously, it is the current crop of artists. But unfortunately, when these monies come, they still have to share with all those people. Unfortunately, when monies come today, so today if they have like say 1.5 million Ghana cedis to share, it means all those people, because they have their names on the registration sheet of GAMRO, they still have to be paid. But you ask yourself, okay, so this person, when was the last time his song was played on radio and TV? So instead of those who are actively enjoying airplay, those who are actively releasing songs, those who are actively doing the music business, instead of them to be getting the money, no. So if, for instance, Shatta Wale is supposed to get 100,000 cedis, he won't get 100,000 cedis anymore, because they have to take a portion of the money, spread it among those who are not even actively doing music, those whose songs are not being played. Yes, I understand that at every point in time, someone will grow old. But what is the rule of the game? The rule of the game is that it is those whose songs are being played. Unfortunately, our problem is that we don't have any system, any machinery monitoring that, okay, so today, Shatta Wale's songs have been played 200 times in Ghana. 1 was played in Bolliger, 10 was played in here. Like, there is no system like that. So that is why we are suffering. There is no system like that. But if there is that system, then there wouldn't even be any headache. Because we know that, in 2023, the artist whose song was played mostly in Ghana was Shatta Wale. Then his money will be due him. But now there is no mechanism, there is no system like that checking all these things. So they are just using some kind of should I say humor, bro? They are doing some sympathy sharing. Yes, that's what I see. They are doing sympathy sharing because all those will have to be given something at all cost. And to me, I think that as an industry, if we sit down for all these things to play us out, we are going to miss out a lot. We are sure going to miss out a lot. It's a worry. It's really a big worry. We need to pay attention to some of these details. There are some artists are here who have not even come for their monies. So to GAMRO, they will just put your money in their kitty. If you come and they are able to assess the records right, then they will know that, oh, in 2022, we owed you this. In 2023, we owed you this. In 2024, then they'll compile everything together and pay you. The money is there. That's what they told me. Some of your favorite artists have not gone for their money. Well, one favorite, when I went there, had received his, but some of your office. And they want them to all come for their monies. But they are not going for it, no matter how small. It is still your sweat. And again, GAMRO would also want information of ownership when it comes to these songs or these rights. GAMRO would want that when Shatta Wale releases a song, we are able to furnish them with information like, okay, Shatta Wale wrote the song. This one did this. This one did that. So that when they are even doing the sharing, they know every percentage that they have to give to those who are part of the making of the song. They want all this information, but let's all be honest. In this industry, how well have we been furnishing or supplying this information to GAMRO? We have all failed, honestly. We have not done well in furnishing most of this information to the guys who are at GAMRO. Yet, we always want them to always give us money, when we are not even helping them to get things done right. They told me of a story of a performer who went there to GAMRO to take his money because his song was really big. Unfortunately, when he went there, the person who composed the song had registered and had claimed it. Because to you, he was the band owner. He wrote the song, he paid you off, you performed the song as in the one who sang the song. So the song originally was owned by the person who did the composition and the band owner. The performer only had maybe a share of the royalties, or maybe he was even paid off. So when he went there thinking he was going to get his money, he did not get anything. And all these pieces of information we are not sharing with GAMRO. Yet we come and we still lambast them. And I think after talking to them for some time, I felt maybe we can do better as an industry. I felt maybe we have to revise our notes. I felt maybe we have to change our style, our attitude of approaching this business. We might not be doing some things right. And I don't want to say much. I would want to leave it here and say congratulations to Shatta Wale for being the highest paid musician in GAMRO at the moment. In fact, last year, he was the highest paid according to records there. Last year, Shatta Wale was the highest paid. This year, he is the highest paid. And it is simple. Because Shatta Wale's catalog is bigger than almost every artist in Ghana. And no debate about this. If you want to debate, just go and get your facts, science and data. They are online, you can get them. Shatta Wale has a huge repertoire that no artist comes close in Ghana. So if at the moment his reign is still on, his songs are being played at the pubs, in the nightclubs, on radio and on TV, then it means that he deserves whatever he's enjoying. That is his hard work. And when I told him that you were the highest paid, he said, then Sammy, them dead for next year. Because the arsenals, the songs that he's recorded there, almost every time I call him, he's recording something. Almost every time I call him, he's in the studio playing ton, 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 like that. Ready to unleash more songs onto the people. Then I asked myself, the competition will be tighter. Because who else can do what he's doing? And it's because he has these abilities to produce, to write, to sing, or to perform his own songs. Yes, he has learned how to do it. And he does all these things effortlessly, thanks to his affiliation with Nigeria's Bankuli and some producers and songwriters. Now his bank of knowledge has even increased, and he can even do some more. I want to just wish him well. I want to say he should continue doing what he does best and leave the rest to us. The rest we will handle. He should just produce the songs. Continue to be living his superstar life. The rest, he should just leave the people for us. We will handle them in our own special ways. Congrats to him, and special thanks to GAMRO, especially Rexoma and Ebenezer Jate for your time with me and Roland as well. I was there with Roland. It was worth it. I really learned or picked a thing or two, and I pray that we'll continue to preach it. They will be doing something this Christmas. Some of the old artists, some of the old musicians in Ghana, they'll be visiting them, giving them money and buying oil, rice and things to celebrate them Christmas-wise for their achievements in the music industry in Ghana. I would wish that as they plan to do this, they should extend invitation to some of the current artists so they can go with them. So for instance, if they are going to Pat Thomas, they can invite Shatta Wale if only he has the time. He joins them to go to Pat Thomas. They do the presentation to Pat Thomas. They'll be going to Abrecheba, Kofi Sami, and Koforidua. Some artists can join him. They'll be going to Jacko Nimo, who is also one of the astute musicians we have here in Ghana. Some people can follow up, go there, go show support. I'm talking about the musicians, and this will be good. I pray that they're able to get some of these artists' attention to follow them, because one day they'll also be there, unfortunately for them. One day they'll also be there. They will be the old ones, and I'm sure if they wake up from their rooms and they see some current crop of artists in their houses coming to pay them homage, they'll be very glad. So let's make sure this happens. I'll be doing my best to see some of the days and how our team will be free to see if I can get Shatta to follow them in one of these legends' house to do something. It is good for the industry. It means respect and it means value, guys.
Yeah. This is your boy, Wale Music TV. Send subscribe my show. So wanna subscribe him. If you wanna click bell no do. Na me the video be out man. I want the first person ever share. If you wanna drop a comment was so. Wale Music TV. Yes, Shatta Wale ni TV. I yeba more Shatta Wale ni news. Na update. Everything be a friend Shatta Wale who be a once a back on the more platform me do. Into bomb more than subscribe. Next share. No brother and our system who edumede in Wale Music TV. Video be able post on how they be a ba Shatta Wale. Inti say Shatta Wale no fan quoting there. Blend bete good news. Blend never share. Never subscribe. No brother and our system who edumede in the more platform me do. Video be able post on how they be a ba Shatta Wale. Inti say ejun di there Shatta Wale fan quoting there. Blend bete good news ba Shatta Wale. Ne bomb than share. No brother and our sister. Who edumede in Wale Music TV. Thank you.